Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
How are you guys? Hope all is well, Matty boy. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
We're good. Good.
Been
all is
filming
well.
already?
Yep, a little bit of filming this morning. We're diving into a little bit of swing stuff with you.
Yes. So we had
The rebuild is on.
The Master LC was in helping me.
Yeah.
I need a lot of help. As we said, 6 months off of golf doesn't serve anyone.
Oh, easy you.
It's okay. Watch the ad. It helps us. 6 months off doesn't do anyone good, and I'm no exception. So we had a nice little lesson with Larry. And then we started working on some of, and I won't call this, they were very good fits, the clubs. Some of my favorite clubs, that 5 wood. But they were fit at a time where I wasn't putting any spin on the ball.
Yep.
So I'm just getting a taste for it now with a couple of these lessons, is if I can start to spin the ball like a normal human being, the clubs are starting to clump together a bit. So we're working on that. We worked on the hybrid already. And I think we'll work on the fairway wood after the live.
Yeah. It's a freaking roller coaster for you, isn't it? With spin and dynamic.
It is. I would just like it to just find a window.
Do something
just
constantly.
Stay there. Just stay there. I know.
It never does.
No,
it never does.
It always decides to go up and down.
Yeah.
I prefer not to be on the high side if I have my choice. I just feel like you have more control over the ball, and you can always lower it.
You can.
It's
Which is
easier.
exactly, and that's where you're going to get a little bit more firepower as well. Like when you're giving someone 5 woods at your speed, giving them 5 woods, and really that's in place of a 3 wood.
It's a 3 wood, yeah.
It's tough. It's tough.
You never get a whole lot out of it. You have to hit it just right.
Totally.
Good evening from Bangkok. That's
Bangkok.
a long way. Wow, very long way. Hello.
Hello from Toronto, Bangkok.
What irons is Ian currently playing? I don't even know the answer to this. What are you playing? What do you got?
Mizuno 223s.
Oh, you did get a set of those?
I did.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So the rationale, and actually probably a good one for a little video at some point. The idea was I was playing these 14 blades, right?
Okay.
But the lofts were so strong on them.
Really?
The 6 iron on the 14 blade was 26 degrees.
That's an odd set of blades.
It's a really odd set of blades.
Pretty bizarre, yeah.
So what I wanted to try and get was, and I found I was just shaping it way too much. Just not enough backspin, shaping it so easily, far too easily.
Yep.
So I went with something a little bit more tech to not lose any of the distance.
Makes sense.
Retain the same ball speed, but get this a little bit of spin back. And that's kind of what it's done.
It's worked well.
Aye, it's been good. So 4 to 9 iron in those, and then a SM9 46 degree.
Nice. How do you like that?
Good. Really good.
Always thought about doing that.
Yeah, no, I really like it.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I need new wedges.
New wedges?
And
Wow.
it's only because they were perfect, but I've worn them out. Not this year so much.
Those are 8s, aren't they?
They're 8s.
8s, yeah.
But I looked at the lob wedge the other day and I went like, you're rusty and the sole is all messed up. And so one day.
Due for a change, lad.
For a change. People love a change.
Yep. Okay, let's dive on in.
Please. Yeah.
Sean, this sounds familiar. Sean is saying, TXG, I don't golf as much as I used to, so my swing is all over the place. Sean needs new clubs. Should I get fitted for a set even though my swing is unpredictable? It's a tough one, that, isn't it?
It is a tough one.
I mean, and you're kind of in that same conundrum right now as you're working through your swing, yet we're doing some fitting to the top end of your bag, thinking that we can accelerate a bit of the improvement.
It's kind of happening simultaneously,
Definitely.
There's a bit of synergy there, one might argue.
There is, and if you're doing it with someone... If you're doing it with I would say a club fitter that you can explain that to, who understands the implications of what's going to happen when you dial in your swing, and you can definitely get into some new weapons while you're going through that change phase.
That suit the changes.
Yeah, they don't have to be separated from one another.
Yeah.
So Sean, I would say you could definitely do that.
Yeah, totally.
No problem.
Let your fitter know what you're working on, and I'm sure they'll look after you.
Definitely. Here's one for you, Matty boy. Red Heron Golf. What are your thoughts on hybrids versus woods?
What are my thoughts? Well, I can't say I've ever been like a long-term hybrid guy.
Yeah.
That's the funny part.
They have their moments for you.
Yeah. I think the longest stint I've had where a T club was good for me was actually a driving iron. And then I still had a 3 wood. But I mean, I think it just depends on what you need. If you need, generally speaking, if you need the higher launch and more spin, you're going with the wood. If you want to knock the ball down a little bit versus the wood, you're going with the hybrid.
Totally.
So, I mean, I think there's people that look at a hybrid and go, oh, I can't hit it, I'm going to hook every ball.
Yeah.
But I think there's solutions now. We have ping. You can flatten the pings.
Great option.
So all that stuff is out there. I think it's a lot of personal preference. For me right now, I think, I won't spoil the video, but we did some work in the range where you would have a wood or a hybrid, and we're going to do some more. To me, it just comes down to ball flight. Like I'm not crazy picky about what I look down to, but if I hit it and it feels nice and the ball flies the way I want it to, I can be sold either way.
Totally. Yeah. No, me too. I don't think you have to kind of, certainly decide between them if that's kind of where the question was going.
Could have both.
In terms of like, what do we think between them? I think certainly a bit of both. There's the wifey.
Hello.
Sorry, wifey. Busy.
We're busy.
Okay, Ryan Horner, young Michael MIA today. He's in Calgary.
That's right, I saw a couple of photos.
He was at Lake Louise yesterday. How far away is that from the city?
You have to drive first to Banff, which is about an hour and a bit, and then you drive a little bit further to Lake Louise. So it's a little bit of a road trip.
He was on a heck of an excursion yesterday.
Yeah, it's cool though if you've never seen it.
Oh, it looked amazing.
It's amazing, yeah.
The pictures he sent me last night, looked
There's
incredible.
a Fairmont right there. You can have a drink overlooking the lake and stuff. And
I think he...
I'm not sure if he did that or not, but
I think he did exactly
certainly
that.
would recommend it.
Totally. He had dinner in one of in Fairmont, in one of the nice restaurants in there or something like that.
Yeah,
so
good choice.
Having a good time, the lads.
Good.
Mr. Coates, TXG royalty. Mr.
There he
Coates,
is.
hope you're well. Okay.
Where are you, down by the bottom?
I'm not still quite high at the top. Dave's asking any snippets on next year's Cobra driver. Has that been leaked?
We saw a photo of it.
Is that made it onto Instagram?
Just like a photo of it. I don't know anything about it.
I've known nothing about it. I literally couldn't tell you anything about it. I think it has...
I remember Bryson saying in his interview off record that he said it was like going to be super, super good. That's the only thing I know about it.
Right.
Now, whatever that means to you is up to you, but I mean, they had a good driver this year, so...
They really did. It kind of feels like a little bit of F9 syndrome all over again.
Yeah, it's true. What's coming next?
When they had such a good driver with F9, and then Speed Zone was okay. The following year, I think we found Speed Zone to be quite good.
Yep.
And then Rad Speed, we kind of, unless it was in an Autoflex going 370 yards.
It worked very well.
Do you remember that? It was lightning in a bottle for a little bit.
It was fast.
I know.
Just had to hit the right part of the head, I guess, or something.
I think that's about what it was.
It wasn't the most forgiving.
Yeah. So I think, needless to say, we think it will be pretty good, Dave.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. I see Big Al with his G430. Oh, you did see Big Al with his
that,
G430 stuff.
He gets the early look.
He is a monster. 7-iron, he had that G430 7-iron.
I know.
At 144 ball speed, 145 ball speed.
Crazy.
That's bonkers.
It's like a good 4-iron.
He's a bear.
He's a big bastard, isn't
The average male's driver ball speed is 140.
Right, so he's got a 7-iron.
That big brute is 144 with a 7-iron.
He loves those videos. Every time he gets one of those irons, he's like, here we go.
I know.
I got to catch up with him for some...
That's right.
For some Warzone. I haven't played in ages.
All right.
What else can I grab? Oh, that's a good question here. Sam's asking, he's going for a TSR driver fitting on Friday. Mm-hmm. Probably one of many. Anything you'd recommend trying that pairs well with TSR heads? So you've had a little time with it. What are you seeing? I mean, I know the one answer is going to be, but other than Ventus.
Ventus with everything?
Ventus with every driver head.
It's a tough one, Sam. Without knowing you're really a TSR 2, 3, or 4 guy. What's hot right now? It's all good. I mean, it's all good. You're picking out. I think that Speeder NX is still still a shaft. It's a little bit too overlooked. I think that's a really, really good one. We were trying you today in the new Acra TZ line.
Yep,
TZ5.
that's a different one. Yep.
The different one. So, Sam, isn't it?
It was.
I think it was Sam. Sam. Honestly, it really just depends what you need. The characteristics of the head are not particularly, low spin or anything like that. So you've kind of, it does open up the shaft choice for the consumers, because the head isn't specifically a bullet flight or anything like that.
So you can go with something that suits your timing.
Totally. Yeah.
That's good.
Tons of options.
I saw this on Instagram. Project X wedge shaft. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Anything you know about it?
No, not yet.
Mystery?
It'll be... it'll probably just be something along the lines of a more tip soft version.
Is it steel?
Yeah.
It is steel.
Yeah. So, I don't think, they've had the rifle spinner shafts in the past and all that sort of stuff. You tend to find these things are cyclical, aren't they? They're bringing something back that maybe people have forgot about with the Project X brand rather than the rifle brand or something.
Right, because the rifle was the spinners.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There's a few super chats. I'm going to try and get caught up.
I want to get John. Is that the one you're looking at? John Jensen?
There's John Jensen. Yep.
John Jensen.
John has hit a TSR 3 fairway wood 16.5 for the first time. One word: phenomenal.
Nice.
AV blue, getting flight out of a perfect window and great feel. If it works in the forward, might it be a shaft to try in the TSR2 driver I just purchased?
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely could. Slightly different needs out of the fairway wood versus the driver. The size of the head actually makes the driver shaft behave slightly differently. Encourages a little bit more deflection as the head tries to catch up with the center of the club. So you tend to find, if you're in a Tennessee blue or a Ventus red, if you're in that softer profile, you tend to have to stiffen it up a little bit when you go into the driver, because you're not going to push that.
Right. You don't want more
you
dynamic loft.
You don't want too much dynamic loft.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And there is an AV white.
Yep, exactly. That might be the perfect
for John.
Little AV white for sure.
I'm sure that's a standard offering. Yeah. It's a quick, easy one from Dan. Dan says he loves the CX5 irons, as do we. Wants to get fitted. Do you think you should wait for that Mark II to come out, or go for it? They do look similar, but I mean, you might as well wait.
Well, I think if you haven't already, if you're going to go and get it from a custom shop, I think custom shops like ourselves are starting to, they're in, thin supply.
Okay.
At this point, I think the inventory's running down. So it depends if you were looking to buy them and have them retrofitted down the line. But I probably would hang off if you're in a kind of northern state or province and the season's ending. I would hang on.
You might as well wait.
Agreed. Yeah. All right.
How about this one?
What did you see there? I'm just looking at your head, Graham. Gents, we now have PXG UK. How about TXG UK? Because nobody does YouTube like you do. Period.
That's right.
Oh, Bob.
You have to scream that, Grant.
Yeah, exactly.
Just scream it so loud that it comes through your television. Let's take this one here from Ryan. Ryan says, what shafts are y'all playing in wedges? He just got fit to Modus 120X in his irons. He's trying to decide between S400s and Nippon 125 wedge or soft step 120s. So I've just got, I think I just have soft stepped LSs.
Yeah.
Project X LS. I'm pretty sure that's what Mikey put in there for me.
Yeah. I've currently got, good question.
It's so bad when you have to think.
Dynamic gold. I've got 120, so kind of similar to you, Ryan, in the Modus 120 conversation. So I used to use those Modus 120Xs. I did have soft stepped 120Xs. I'm not a huge S400 guy. They feel too heavy to me. They don't feel exactly how I love them to feel. So I would rather go a little bit softer in the shaft that I'm currently playing. Keeps it feeling the same for me.
Gotcha.
Tiger Tim is asking, steel fiber 95 do any good for you guys in the bay for driving irons? Definitely good option for a driving iron. Yeah. No, they're very good. I think those are excellent.
Are they a reasonable price point, those, as opposed to getting like a DI or something?
Totally.
It is. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a third of the price.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So Not a bad option there, Tiger Tim.
Definitely. Almost Hollywood. Ever flattened wedges to promote a flighted swing? I'm a long player, right hand in my field. My feel is low left exit to help control distances. Okay. And short shots are hardest for me.
Sounds like he's talking about taking partial shots.
Yeah.
Like, is a partial shot easier with a flatter wedge? Because you theoretically would have the handle lower. I'm just pulling stuff out of my ass here. If I'm being honest.
No, I'm trying to kind of almost picture that swing.
Let's get there for you, almost Hollywood. Let's get there.
Yeah, I mean, people. So let's kind of go. So people who tend to exit left tend to be very rotary.
Okay.
So if you're very rotary, it means the club head is kind of, on plane, and you're able to basically. You have to rotate to square the head rather than coming down and obviously being a little bit steeper into it. So yeah, I would say generally speaking, you would want to try and flatten those out a little bit.
Couple degrees.
Would it promote a flighted swing? I mean, it sounds like you're already got a flighted swing. To be honest, if you that low left exit tends to be more of a rotary player, so. What it's going to do is going to manage the face angle a little bit easier for you and stop it going left.
Yeah, so you don't pull them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because pulling a partial wedge shot is a real issue.
Totally.
Yeah. Gotcha. This is one that I know you will have good insight on. Which golf ball would you recommend to reduce side spin?
Side spin.
The missing mythical side spin on driver shots.
Two golf balls that are really, really good off the tee. I definitely would say Left Dash Pro V1X, great ball off the tee, long and very fast. I think Chrome Soft XLS.
That was a good ball.
Is the other one, and you remember that one had quite a lot of wide spin on it as well.
Tons of spin.
So
that's actually like a sneaky good ball.
It's a sneaky good ball. Totally is a good sneaky ball.
I always think if they, being Callaway, took that ball, undercut Pro V1 price-wise quite a bit, you'd have a lot of Callaway players because, to be fair, they haven't made the best ball range in the last 5 years, Callaway. They've had a couple here and there, but that ball is really, really good.
Definitely.
Take $15 off. Yeah. I'd play it.
There's
Why
a
the hell
ton
not?
of people. If you could kind of, you're right, sit, in kind of where Strixon are. They sit in that kind of price range.
Yes.
Totally,
Why not?
Totally agree.
Other than your profit margin, why not?
Yeah. Dave Fogel's asking, why does Ping release stuff in Australia way before the US?
We were just talking about that yesterday, Dave.
Yeah, Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere. Their season, they're in their spring is the reason, isn't it? Yeah. So their season is getting going right now, and
they're the only ones that do it though, are at this point, right?
Yeah. I think there's some other kind of launches around, maybe some other products, but not like a core line product that will sit in
big product.
Yeah.
People have been waiting.
Who else? There was someone else that had done that.
Did the review
last year?
Oh, a different company.
I thought
it wouldn't be Strixon, would it?
No, it wasn't. No. I don't know.
Someone else who wronged us.
Wronged us.
We forgive you, Ping. We forgive you. It gives our pal Big Al a chance to bank some much-deserved views.
I couldn't agree more. Okay. Jace is asking, hey guys, looking to get fit for irons. I'm debating going to my local golf tech or a pro that does ping fittings. Thoughts?
Guess it depends if you want variety or not, right?
Yeah.
Do you want pings?
I won a golf tech
Did you?
fitting
Recently?
Yeah.
Did you enter yourself?
So it was a beat the pro.
Okay.
And so it's like you pay $10.
What are the circumstances in which you want a golf tech fitting?
I know. So it was a beat the pro. Pay $10, and if you get closer to pro, you either get a fitting or a lesson. And I was just, to be honest, I was pretty curious just about more of the market research.
Are you going to put a moustache on and go into the golf tech and mark them? Hello.
Yeah.
My name is Ian.
Hoping they don't recognize me.
I sell insurance.
Yeah, exactly. So that one should be fun.
You can go to the one in Markham. They have a nice, nice one in Markham. And the Markham Golf Town is a golf tech. So
you're right. Yeah.
407 and warden, basically.
Right. And there's one. I was in the Vaughan one recently.
Oh no, you're right. There's probably one out by you too, though. What am I saying? There's probably one in the west.
Is there one in most of the big stores in the GTA?
I think
Golf
so,
Tech?
but I think Golf Tech has a lot of
It's
locations.
an interesting model
I
with
didn't-
that right now because they've obviously got like you've got Golf Town, you've got Studio X,
Yep.
and then you've got Golf Tech.
Yes.
All under one roof.
It's a bit
It's gotta be a kind of
of a mess.
encroaching on
Yeah.
each other's business.
What's
a wee
that
bit.
called again? I don't know. You're like cannibalizing your own business. or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
We won't.
I know.
Your free fitting is not a free for all for us to just eviscerate their business plan. I'm sure they know what they're doing.
Very true.
But yeah, incognito. Ian will be there.
Yep.
Imagine they fit you for the same thing you
That'd be
have.
hilarious, isn't it? Nice wee set of Mizunos. DG 120s.
223s.
Aye.
Oh, that's weird.
Right, copy. I think I'll miss one. There's
You go back up, yeah. Bernard.
Bernhard, trying to understand how shaft head selection affects strike location. If someone lives in the heel or toe with driver, why not change setup position? Absolutely. You would definitely want to either give yourself some room or step a little closer. In recent videos we've done with Mike, he's living in the toe and he's definitely moved in a little bit closer and that helped him.
Did that
So,
help? Because he struck
Yeah,
it quite nicely.
yeah.
I was just I was editing the video and I
Yeah.
thought like I didn't have
was
to
hitting-
take out very many shots.
No, it was
He was hitting
super efficient.
6 irons too.
I know. He's kind of that. One of the reasons he doesn't really, I know you guys, in the videos see the strike because we've obviously got the dots on there, but Mike, he doesn't really want to change it because he has a little bit of an out to in path, a touch of an open face, and a toe strike. So basically the ball ends up going dead straight.
Yeah, if you
Right, so
if you move one of those variables.
If he hit it in the middle or even slightly heely, he hits this weak cut to the right, and it's kind of nasty.
He likes that little slightly thin.
Slightly toy one that just kind of has a little bit of right to left on it.
Put Michael Jones up because people keep asking that, and we might as well just.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't need to. It doesn't need to be a mystery. Where are you exactly?
Right, that's down at the bottom.
Oh, you're right down the bottom.
Yeah.
Where are you? Bernard?
Bernard, keep going.
Bernard.
Right there.
Yes.
Michael Jones.
Michael Jones. The answer is yes.
Matty is back.
Back. Many people asked in
Yep.
the comments.
And
I
thank
answered
you for
a few.
the kind words and the support last
Yes,
week.
you guys were very nice as
Lovely
always.
to hear it.
Yeah, it is permanent. I owe my channel subscribers a little farewell and thank you, which I'll be doing. But yes, I'm back. We'll be here every Monday
We'll be here every Monday.
until we're old and gray.
Yeah, and other days hopefully as well.
Some future plans for more filming and stuff.
I
But
think
certainly in the short term, you'll
Yep.
see us for live on Mondays. And getting into equipment season should be exciting.
Lots and lots going on.
So I'm here. It is permanent.
It is
It is
very
not. It
permanent.
is not a dream.
Nope, it is not a dream. No, it was nice to see that last week. It was. I think I
was nice.
mentioned that it was nice to feel the love and feel the positivity that came from it, which was
I remember you saying
when we chatted about it.
yeah, exactly.
Hoped it would feel like that.
We chatted and had lunch, and you're like, hopefully it goes that way. And
Yeah.
you said, like, are you concerned about it going a different way? I said, not really.
No.
Or not until now.
Yeah.
But no, everyone was very nice, which I
Yeah,
appreciate.
that was-
So it's been, honestly, I don't feel like we've lost any time. I don't.
Me neither.
Filming today, that video.
LC in this morning.
LC in, then we filmed honestly the hybrid thing. It felt like I feel like we're having the same type of interact, which
Yeah.
are good. I feel like we lost no time at all.
No,
which is
me
good.
too.
Which is
Me
good.
too. We're happy to be back at it, doing it together.
Just have to start swinging a little better, and then I'll be good to go.
You know what? It's
It'll get there. I just have to be patient.
I know, and we were texting last night talking about it. We're both kind of in the same boat, aren't we?
Yeah, you just feel a little scrapey.
We
And
feel like the game's not quite where it should be, and neither is. I mean, I've played one round of 18 holes at Brampton this year.
it's been that
One.
bad, eh? Yeah,
I played a
sure.
little bit kind of here and there, but
But
other
not
places.
at your home club.
No,
That's too bad.
So
Yeah, I underutilized. I donated quite a bit of money to my home club as well.
yeah, never a good feeling.
Well, you get the statements, and you're like, how many times did I golf this
know,
month?
I
Is it 0?
Yeah,
Now, I took the wife out a few times, but that's not really using your membership because you're paying a guest fee. So I felt like, okay, so not only are you not really golfing,
you're adding
You're
to your
adding-
monthlies.
adding to your bills. But you know what? I didn't really work during the summer, so now that I'm back working, I don't worry about it quite as much.
Exactly.
Yeah. But next year will be the year where I had a season. I don't know if you remember. It was like 2-3 years ago. I must have played 100 rounds. I played like four times a week.
Certainly 3 years ago, you were grinding in your game.
It was great.
That was kind of the first. I think that was the first kind of go round where you were really like, okay, I'm going to get my teeth into changing some of the swing things that I've played you for a long time.
Larry really helped me out, obviously.
Yeah.
And
you guys played a lot of golf together as well, which was nice.
Golf. Honestly, but a lot of it was I had a buddy at the club who booked 3-4 tee times a week.
Yeah.
And he moved.
Oh, really?
He moved.
So someone's kind of almost like
he was always getting me out. Even last year when I wasn't doing great, he would book 4 tee times. I just go play, and that makes a big difference. It's tough to be. I'm not the guy that goes, "Hey guys, I booked us 4 tee times."
Yeah.
I wish I could be that guy. Maybe I will be that guy eventually. But it's good when someone, if you had a buddy at Brampton that was like, "Hey, and I booked you Saturday, Sunday." Worst case, you cancel one.
I know.
It makes a huge difference.
It is exactly. I mean, you see these groups that set up games on the tee sheet and then they turn up and that's like their regular game and stuff. Yeah, that's
it's underestimated.
I know, definitely.
I think for both of us next year, that might be the key. Maybe we get a home at home with Mikey going. We just play on a regular basis, like once a week at least. And
well, I want to. Yeah, definitely. I've never played Cedarbury. I'm dying to get out.
And I've never played Toronto, and I know you and I played Brampton, which I love. I'd come back, but no, you'd love Cedarbury. I think you'd have to come for the day because the clubhouse and stuff is great.
Yeah. I see Gareth's new short game area.
Wait till that's done.
I know.
Well, you'll want to show up 4 hours early, which is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the range. In preparation for last week, I show up and there's just like construction equipment everywhere. I was like, shit, I forgot they were starting. Luckily they had the Sims open, like the TrackMans, but I turned up and the range has just been like, and Gareth had just been there obviously because we just saw him last Monday. But no, I'm excited. If anything, my wedge game next year should be a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to feel pretty good as a member of that place, knowing how much they're investing in the short game area. It's going to be the best short game area in the area, in the GTA.
Sure. Yeah, it should be.
Totally.
Yeah.
All right.
Where were
Jason Marsh. Thank you, Jason, for the super chat. Saw that Freddie Couples was hitting a Tennessee Pro Blue in his driver. Also saw there were quite a few of the Champions Tour players also playing the same shaft. Is this an auto flex of the Champions Tour? What say you? No, definitely not. Not an auto flex, but a shaft that's not as stiff as certainly the Tennessee White would be, or a Ventus Black, that type of stiffer profile. The guys as they drop a little bit of club head speed, and you see their ball speeds dipping into the mid 150s and stuff like that. Yeah. The blue profiles, and that's maybe something for you guys to kind of take a little bit of lead from, and not always look towards the stiffest stuff.
And don't look at the PGA Tour for your shaft fitting advice.
Exactly. Yeah, LPGA is the best place.
LPGA, and then if you're a little quicker, Champions Tour.
Champions is the next stop. Yeah.
Tennessee Pro Blue. Is it still available stock in a lot of stuff?
Yes.
Because people got great deals on that last year. Yeah, definitely. Good question, Jason. I'm gonna go. You keep going. I'm just gonna go back up a little bit to where Bernhard was. This is a quick, easy one.
Go for it.
Freddie's asking, does the regular Pro V1 spin less than the left dash? It's overall no way, right?
No, I wouldn't say.
Still must sit below and spin.
It does. I would say the biggest differences with left dash is the compression being so firm means it's going to fly so high. So you kind of get higher launch, lower spin.
From ball speed,
Whereas Pro V1, you kind of get that kind of lower launch, mid-spin out of it. So kind of two different flight windows entirely. I'm trying to think, so the player who's maybe a little on the steeper side who tends to spin up that way would be a left dash player.
Yes, because they could raise it and...
Totally.
Yep.
And then somebody who maybe hits it a little initially higher in the launch would be a little bit better in Pro V. Yeah.
Lovely.
William's asking, any thoughts on the new Project X IO iron shafts? Who are they for?
I haven't seen too many reviews. Did they remake them? Because
no,
that existed.
It's been out for a little while,
okay.
That one. Yep. I haven't seen too many reviews online. Why would that be? I mean, it's in a lot of products as stock.
Yeah.
Ping have IOs in stock.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. There's a few companies who have them. What do we think? they're okay. I can't say we've seen an awful lot of success with them.
Okay, interesting. What are they meant to do? Are they meant to be progressively lighter or something?
Yeah, so IO is kind of stands for individually optimized. So each shaft, kind of almost like a flighted set in a way that
the new version.
Yeah, like long irons tend to be a little softer and trying to encourage a little bit more deflection. Stiffer, more flighted short irons, that type of thing. So, I mean, I think there's always a market for a set of shafts like that.
It's a great idea. It sounds smart as hell.
Totally.
It's just a question of how it is in practice for you, right?
Yeah. And that ultimately, William, is what it comes down to is, what are your needs? What's your speed? All that sort of thing. They're decent. They're decent. But as I say, I don't think we've seen an awful lot of our builds with IOs this past couple of years. For sure.
All right, what do we got?
Adamo's asking, are either of you playing graphite shafts in your irons, or at least considering it? Something you'd recommend an average swing speed player trying? I had a set for a little while.
What MMTs you had?
No,
or
it was LA Golf.
Oh, I didn't know you had a set of LAs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I went through a little stage at the start of this year, so
that's funny.
I went back to P760s.
Well, you have been switching around.
I know.
At least for 9 months, what do you have? 4 different iron sets? That's funny.
Just a big old dirtbag, just switching it all the time.
Yeah. So you had 760s with LA Golf.
Yeah.
Something.
LA Golf.
L
series.
L series.
120s. Really good. I really like them. I would say the best graphite iron shafts I've tried. Yeah,
that's high praise.
Yeah,
because there's some good ones out there.
There is some good ones. Yeah, I think before that I would have leaned. Those Acro ones were good. Those Tour series 1.4s were quite nice.
A while you
remember
had
that? Yeah, 765 Strixons they were in.
Yes, that's right.
But
those old days. Those were old days.
Those were the old days.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I'm sure you'd consider going back at some point. I'm okay with my steels. I'm happy with them.
Yeah.
There's the number one ranked amateur that turned pro at the Zozo. His last name is escaping me. Japanese lad. He was playing graphite.
Was he?
And he's not a slow swinger. A young guy, like 20. I wish they had zoomed in closer, but he was playing graphite in his over the weekend. I think he was 10 under to finish, so he probably came top 10. Pretty big deal. So
that's pretty good.
Would an average player consider it? I would say, why not? Why not? As long as you're okay with the budget.
Yeah.
Because it won't be cheap.
Typically a wee bit more expensive. Yeah. This is a good one from Brendan Brown. Have you ever fit anyone and when clubs arrive, they can't seem to get along with them? we always, we always see that. It
can't not happen.
Yeah, I mean, you're never not going to see it. I would say, there's a 90 to 95% success rate in fitting.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah, which is in any form of business is great. But you're always going to have, some occasions when people maybe they weren't swinging, their best one day, or maybe, the build club feels slightly different from the test club and things like that. So
it happens.
It does.
But you invite people back in and they come and they always check it out.
Always welcome. Definitely.
We can answer this, I think. Alternatives to Pro V1 around $35 US. I would say in quantity you can get Snell and Encore.
Yeah.
I know they don't get reviewed as well. Vice you can get down. I would go Snell or Encore though, don't you think? Because we've always found those to be really good balls. And if you order enough dozens, I think you can get them down to like $35-$40.
Yeah, you would definitely be able to get those down.
Those are good. Those are good balls.
Encore, are they the company that make the Vero golf ball?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a new one. I think there's a new one
coming out.
Yeah, Vero 2
I actually tested it. It's good.
Is it?
Yes, it's very good. It's like their Pro V1X to their Pro V1.
Right, okay.
I can't remember which is which, but I remember chatting with them in the spring.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's officially out, but it's a good ball.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good ball. Hanging on here. What am I
There's
doing?
the Seed golf balls. They were pretty decent.
Yeah, I forgot about those.
Seed 1 and Seed 2, they were good.
Are they from Ireland?
Yeah. And I've actually spoke to quite a lot of people back home who've played those and really like them.
They like them?
Yep.
You got options, that's for damn sure.
Okay. Ryan Horner saying, Ian versus Vishal versus Wonder versus Trotty. Who wins? Would be a very entertaining match.
Would be.
Who would win that? I would say... I think the dark horse... No, I wouldn't say dark horse. I think the kind of bookies' favourite, the betting favourite in that match would be Trotty.
Trotty can play, right?
Trotty can play.
Yeah.
He's...
But Chris can play
He's
too.
handy. Yeah, Vosh is good.
Yeah. You can play. You have your moments.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be betting on myself.
That's what people say to me. Either you can play, right? I'm like, not really. Sometimes. I was talking to somebody yesterday about it. And they're always just like, "Oh, you're always hitting it so straight." I'm like, "I edit the videos."
What do you want from me?
They're like, "Oh, it doesn't look edited." I'm like, "Look at the shot counter. I don't hide it for a reason."
We don't want to show you guys the stinkers that
we're here to test clubs, not to have a you-know-what measuring contest.
Exactly.
What do we got here? Daniel's asking, are we due for a new TP5 ball this year? TP5.
Yeah, gotta be.
I don't remember one coming out last year.
Was it? No, there was one. I think there was one last year.
Oh, there was.
There was. Remember we were out there for stealth, and we done some ball stuff.
Oh yeah, okay.
Remember that?
It wasn't tour response though.
I don't know.
It all kind of just. Daniel, I'm not totally sure, bud. I'll tell you what, the one that they currently have is still a good ball. But I don't know if they're on a ball year or not.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track.
Not entirely sure. I know Titleist is Pro V and Pro V1X are due an upgrade.
Yep.
They're coming out.
They're coming.
A set of newbies.
Do you want this one from Zach here? Zach M10. Zach's asking how much overall length change using the same shaft from a Mizuno STZ at 45 inches. Okay, so you're taking a shaft from a Mizuno STZ into a TSR3. What would the overall length change be?
It would, if anything, the Titleist adapter is slightly longer than the Mizuno adapter, so you may gain a fraction in length.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Again, you need to check it. I haven't measured the inside depth of both, but
not identical.
I would imagine they're very, very similar.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Michael Jones answering that question, Matty. Are you back permanently? Has made his week.
I'm glad to hear it, Michael.
That's nice.
Glad to hear it. Enjoy the week.
It does. Does that mean Does that mean Mac is gone?
Where is Mac?
Mac is on the world tour. He is the Harlem Globetrotter
of golfers.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
Mac is his business is traveling. His job is traveling, playing. He was in Liberty. Was it Trump Ferry Point this week? Playing,
was he? Oh, good for him.
Playing in the. He's playing with Brooke Henderson in the Armico event.
For him.
That's
pretty cool.
I think he's away to Europe now. He's off to do something else. He'll be in Dubai in the next probably month to do. So
we'll catch
his winter.
him transient as we see.
He'll be here, there, and everywhere. So we will definitely see him at some point.
Well, when he comes back and needs a fit or something, we can make a video and
exactly.
Yeah, he'll be around.
He'll be around.
Catch him on a layover.
Yes. Wine or beer? Graham Phillips asking Matty boy. Wine or beer?
Be more wine for me, Graham.
You're a wine.
Be more a wine guy.
Yeah.
The wife is very much a wine person, so she's gotten me into wine a bit more. I never was a big beer guy.
The wife.
I know, it's
This
weird.
is the first time you said that.
Online.
TXG Live.
She might be watching. Hello, wife.
Hello, Mrs. Blois.
Nope, she's not taking the name.
Is she not?
Okay. No. It's okay. It's not a big deal. The amount of trouble to change the name. She's like, I'm not doing
Do you know what? It's very true. Tracy
like,
said that was an absolute pain in the
backside. It is a pain,
yes.
Yeah. I said, yeah, you're not going to offend me. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I have to spell my name to everyone I ever see, so it's stick with the one you got. It served you fine.
Oh, right. Where are we at? There's a few other. Hunting Will is saying, can we expect to see Larry Chung on the channel?
Tomorrow.
Yes.
You'll see him tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. He'll be around for a lesson series because I need a lesson.
Chris is asking, any shafts out there with similar profile to Kurakage XT? Well, that's a good one. My beloved driver shaft was damaged in travel. No. Yeah, I've got a funny feeling that's going to be something they came out with.
A new one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was such a great line.
I remember that when I first started working here.
That's right.
That's like the first thing you fit me to.
Tilmade M1 or something like that for you.
And it was the shit at the time.
Yeah,
you were saying
it
like
really
the Kurokage was like the thing for everybody.
Yep,
yeah, an
titanium
M1.
nickel, full length.
I remember the whole spiel.
You took it down the PGA show that year.
That's right. We played at a couple different courses.
Did we play?
Oh yeah, we did play
Tranquilo that day
with Mikey's dad and all that stuff.
Aye.
Feels like
that was
a decade and a half ago.
It does.
That's when we had about 800 subscribers. Remember, we're sitting in the Airbnb. We're going.
That's right.
1,000.
That was the early days. Yeah. Speaking of that, we're coming up rapidly on 200,000. It's kind of
imminent.
Snuck up on us a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
So I think we'll get our heads together this week and have a little think about it and
what we can offer.
Yeah,
in our appreciation.
A little thank you for coming along for the ride. 200,000. I mean, I know it was a little while ago, but it doesn't feel like that long ago. You know, the silver plaque and like 100,000 was such a milestone.
It really was. Yeah, it doesn't feel like crazy amount of time has gone by. But I mean, to double it is wild, right?
Yeah. 100,000 is wild to me. So 200,000 is
100,000 was always quite a Next stop, 500,000.
500,000. Let's get there.
That's the next stop. You don't get a plaque for it, but we'll make our own plaque.
Exactly. So, hi, Chris, I don't think I answered your Chaff question on NXT. I think we just said how much we liked it.
We didn't answer him at all.
Did not answer you at all.
Oh, great Chaff.
Oh, we loved that one. Any that are similar profile.
That's what he wants. He needs a replacement.
I would love to see you try. I mean, Kurokage was a great feeling shaft, so you want to keep that. The torque was a little bit on the higher side, so anything with torque around 3.5 to 3.8.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, anything around that. I think it was 3.6 on that one. So I think if you can keep the torque up, you can certainly keep the feel very similar to your XT. I'd like to see probably something Ventus Blue, even Blue TR if you feel like you need to kind of get a little bit of a stiffer profile. I actually heard a lot of people say that black TR feels really good to them now. Right? Original black felt a little bit boardy, but black TR feels better. Yeah,
but it should be stiffer.
It's designed to play a little bit stiffer.
Leo from UGP sends me a photo of the black TR. He's like,
I found 9X.
Yeah. I found a shaft. I'm like, you're the first person I thought of when that came out. I'm like, who needs a Ventus black, stiffer than a Ventus black in 9? Yeah. Like, you're the guy.
Tipped an inch and a half. His speed is outrageous.
I mean, the sound the ball makes when he hits the ball is ridiculous. So he seems very happy with it. But that's who I thought it was for. I thought it was for like the extremes. So it's interesting that it actually potentially could have a bit more feel to it.
Another one, Chris, would be maybe something like, I think from a torque perspective, again, I'm just trying to think of shaft profiles. I think probably TZ5, 60 M5 would be pretty good for you too.
Let me take this from your esteemed Scott Yeaman here.
Oh, Yeaman.
He's asking if Cedar Bray is still accepting members. I think so, Scott. It would be worth a call. There's always member turnover, not a ton.
Yeah.
It's close to full, but give him a call. Give him a call.
There you go.
If you live anywhere near the area, I obviously am biased, but I think it's a very good club.
Yeah.
For where it's located especially, I think it's a very good club. But they may have a small wait list, but you never know. Celebrities such as yourself may get bumped up the list.
Celebrity painter.
Painter to the stars.
As we always look above the kitchen.
Yeah, I always look over there. Is that done?
That's good. Christian's asking, the Diamana GT6 TX and the driver, like the softer mid-section shafts, recommend for 3-wood. What about TB being a bit soft? If you like a softer midsection, I mean, the TB is certainly the way to go. I just think the way to get around it, Christian, is go with a TX. Obviously, they come in an X and a TX, so
versus changing actually.
Totally. Yeah. I don't think you're going to find the Diamana TB TX to be too soft. That's for sure. It has a slightly larger butt section if you look in the shaft kind of spec catalog as well. So it's like 642 or 643 butt section, so it's about 3 wraps of tape bigger than a standard.
Okay.
So that's one way of making the shaft stiffer without.
I remember you telling me.
putting in some different materials and things like that.
It's the easy way.
It is the easy way. It is the easy way.
Not to make fun of Diamond.
No, lovely shafts.
Brian Kim is asking, do you ever switch out shafts mid-season? Never, Brian. We would never do such a thing.
Scandalous.
Yeah, only 15 times a year.
Yeah.
He said he won the bid for both Ventus TR and Blue TR. Yeah, we do it. Do it all the time.
Yeah.
If it suits you better.
Too often.
Too often. Yeah. Agreed.
Far too often.
We have the best of intentions to stick with something, and then it just doesn't happen.
It's definitely the best golf I played in the last few years was when I got my set absolutely like solid.
And just
I knew, yes. So it was the Sim driver with that Acra that we both played, the RPG, the blue and silver one.
Yeah, you hit that good.
Yeah, that was wasn't the crazy longest driver out there in the world, but I kind of knew where it was going to go at all times. And then it was kind of the next year I started chasing speed down a little bit. And then ever since then it's been a
complete and utter gong show.
It really has. It's been a revolving door.
By the sounds of it, yeah. Yeah, that's funny. What would an alternative to Pro V1X left dash be?
Left dash.
TP5X?
It's a higher spin ball now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
They switched it. I didn't know that.
So left dash, I mean, really the only comparable one out there is just that Chrome Soft XLS.
Yeah. Okay, so you think
really
that's the closest?
Yep.
Good driver ball.
Yeah. Okay, where are we at for time? And just
we're probably take a couple more if you want. Grab one there if you have one ready. If not,
Mark the Golf Addict. Only a 9-yard gap between the 4 and 5 iron. What graphite shaft could you use in your 4 iron that could be similar to a KBS C taper? Oof. Similar to a C taper. I mean, Mark, I don't buy into an awful lot of this graphite and steel shafts having similar profiles and stuff like that. I just always think they're materially so different when you look at how thick the wall's thickness has to be on a graphite shaft to mimic the weight of a steel shaft. I just don't think you ever really replicate the same shaft.
Right.
And with Drew Cooper early in the season, it was the craziest thing. So he was using Project XLS.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, and he's spinning them so much. It was like 5-6 degrees down his angle of attack. And we literally were going between his P7MB in both heads and the LAGP. His angle of attack would go from 5-6 down with the Project X to 2 down with the LA Golf.
Really?
Yeah. So his spin rate. So all of a sudden he was spinning the Project X like crazy, and he wouldn't spin the LA Golf at all.
So it changed his angle that much.
It changed it, like it was wild. So I actually done it. I done it in test with. I turned the screen off because I could see what was going on. I'm like, I don't want him to see here what's going on and how different this is.
That's wild.
Yeah. So I don't buy into an awful lot of, there's a similar shaft out there with a completely different material. So
fair.
I think if we were just going to give you some recommendations, Mark, on shafts, I think, an MMT 105, because ultimately if your 4 iron's not going any further than your, you want it probably to be a little bit lighter, so you can maybe play it a 1/4 inch longer or something like that, where you can get a little bit more speed out it. So a bit more, speed would be what you'd want to get. So MMT 105, even the LA Golf, something like that. The 105, really nice.
Nice.
Really, really nice.
All right, why don't we finish with Robert B here?
Roberto.
Robert says, what happens to the torque profile of a shaft if you tip it?
0.
Nothing, eh? Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, if the torque profile isn't subject to change, if you just tip it like 1/2 inch or something like that, the torque profile
is the shaft in half.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. That's the point. You're taking such a minor amount of tip section away.
Not a concern, Robert.
No.
Not a concern. Okay.
Robert's looking at the 21 high TPT shaft, but I'm afraid of twisting at high speed.
Yeah, so that's what I think that's what he's talking about trimming. So
yeah. No.
It certainly wouldn't make it higher torque. That would make no sense.
No, it definitely would not. It wouldn't. It's more of a. It's going to change, if anything, the CPM based on the fact we're taking more of the thin part of the shaft away, the tip section. It's leaving more of the kind of wider part, which is obviously the handle, midsection of the handle, which is stiffer. So that's where your CPM goes higher because of that. So it's not really something we would measure in rotation, more on a plane.
Cut with confidence, Robert.
Yes, sir. Okay.
How are we? What are you thinking? You want to go back to filming?
Aye, let's get your
Let's do this fairway wood thing.
Oh, fairway wood, and then we'll try and catch one more, guys. It's slim pickings right now. There's not an awful lot of new product in the marketplace for another few weeks.
Maybe a few more weeks,
before we start to see some stuff. I know there is some mooted trips to. There's a Florida trip for Cobra.
Oh yeah.
There's a Florida trip for Cobra. I haven't heard exact
over
dates.
the winter?
At some point, there's a Ping trip in November. There's TaylorMade in December. So, yeah,
what's going on? The new product is coming.
It's coming. We will be traveling to go and capture our kind of on location thoughts on it, which is cool. It's definitely
the
good
initial
to do
stuff
that.
is fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Okay, we'll see you guys. Well, we'll definitely see them next week.
We will
for a live.
Yep, we will be back here next week, guys. We've got some. I think we're kind of diving back into your game a little bit, which is good. Getting reacquainted with where the game is at.
I need my game to be in better shape to do the work that I do. So I'm trying to do it with purpose, not for golf outside because the weather's going to suck pretty soon, but for the purposes of testing. I want to get stuff consistent. So we'll be not every week, but maybe like every other week.
I think that's we were saying that with in Larry's lesson. I think we'll try and kind of keep you guys, in a bit of a loop of what's going on.
Just let you know.
Yeah.
And I'll try to be. My Instagram has gone completely dark. I'll try to maybe post some videos here and there, that will keep you apprised of the progress. Hopefully, I will make some progress.
Definitely.
Cool.
Rob S is saying, could always do retro reviews. Has missed that since Ryan left.
Oh, did you do some with RB?
RB loves that.
He loves
every week he'd be in with something.
Review this.
I know. I think what we'll do, guys, is this week we'll put it over to you guys. We'll put it over to you to what do you want to see from us?
Leave it in the comments for us.
Yeah, leave us some thoughts and things that you want to see. Not necessarily about new product. That's inevitable that we will get to that stuff, but
some comparison stuff's easy to do though.
Yeah,
right? We do have TSR.
That's true.
TSR is new.
Yeah,
I haven't been fit for anything.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having a little fit at some point for a driver.
Yeah, we're going to look at that, aren't we?
Let my swing get a little bit further along, but no, I even if it's in the meantime, being the spoiled brat that I am, that I can have a driver in the meantime, but just for the videos and stuff to have baseline. So, ball videos I see there from John. Yeah,
it's been a while since. I was thinking about Snell the other day and some of these other companies. I haven't seen a new ball from them.
No,
I've only ever seen their NTBX and the black.
They probably don't refresh that often.
No,
it probably doesn't make financial sense.
That's very true.
Yeah, Encore Zero X2. Yeah, maybe we can get our hands on some of those. That's a good ball. Encore, if you're watching. Actually, I have their email. I can ask them.
Well, let's reach out for sure, and
cool.
We will do that. Okay, guys, have a great week. We will see you back here next Monday.
Yes, sir.